All right, we're live. Welcome to another, episode of the Fundamentally Sound Podcast. This is not your normal episode. We are actually going to do our draft lottery today. Really important for our Dynasty League. We have, once again, Drew Brummer, as always. You know what? I'm feeling a little artsy. Hold on, wait a second. We might as well just...
Whoa.
There you go. I mean, ESPN is like a lime green, so
that is true.
Might as well make it a lime green, right? Forget it, and we'll do blocks. Yeah, we'll do blocks. Forget it. Anyway, all right. So, with that being said, we are doing our draft lottery today. So let me just run y'all through how this is going to work. So let me share my screen over here. Real quick, wait for it. I'm still working. Window, my fault. Chrome tab, bang, bang. Yes, share. Perfect. All right, y'all should be seeing my screen. So here we go. Right here at the bottom four is in our draft lottery. These guys right here. So Team Merriman, Toe Tigers, SP3, and Hoodie Season, aka John, B, Sherm, and Nick are all in the draft lottery. They did not make the playoffs. Top 6 made the playoffs. So, the way this is going to work out is they're going to be in the lottery, right? They're going to be in the lottery. Right here, it says 6 and 5, but actually Drew is going to be drafting at the 5 position, and Chris is going to be right behind him. Then you got Lowe's, who came in 4th. Mr. White, who came in 3rd, myself came in 2nd, and Elijah came in at 1st, all in the same, last positions. So, with that being said, we are going to go ahead and, I'm going to draft. All right, my fault, I'm not going to draft. I'm going to go ahead and get this lottery ready. So, the way we did things, let me stop sharing real quick. Perfect. Oh, Drew is gone. I don't know where Drew went. There he is. Whoa, wait a minute. You're back?
Sorry, my Wi-Fi went out. I'm going to hotspot it.
Okay, it's all good. So let me just explain how this is going to work. So I have a bag, little Cracker Barrel bag.
Classic.
It has, classic, right? Classic. So it has, I'll just pull them out just for argument's sake. We have one of each team in the the lottery picks. We do this because we want to prevent taking as best as we can. Therefore, they all have the same chance at getting that number 1 overall pick, a.k.a. probably Trevor Lawrence. But if they don't, they're kind of dumb. But with that being said, all 4. There's 1. I'll go one by one. There's 2. I've written the name of each team on these folds. 3 and 4. We're going to shake this up. Shake this up. Here we go. Big money on the line.
First pick. Who is?
No. We're going 4-1.
Oh, wow.
4-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, we are not. Austin and I are not in the lottery.
We are not.
The 4 people that are possible to have that number 1 pick are Carlos, Mr. White, Nick's dad, aka Los, Papi Los is his team name.
No, Los is not in the lottery.
No, never mind. Oh my goodness, I'm reading from the bottom up instead of the top down. I'm so sorry. Redo. Hey guys, we are doing the top 4 picks, and they are actual Nick White, SP3, aka Sherman Paul. B is another option, and good old friend of the show, John Merriman, Mr. John. Those are the actual 4.
Yeah, those are the actual 4. I did already say that though. Whenever you cut out,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's all good though. Pal. So we're gonna go ahead. We're announcing 4-1. Just for those tuning in, draft lottery 2021. First ever draft lottery in our Dynasty League. This is kind of going to be a play-by-play here. Draft is Saturday. I will not... I may stream that Saturday. We shall see. But basically, this is...
Who's picking in front of me?
Yeah, it's a good point. But
I'm
here we
at
go.
5.
Right here. Here we go. Right right here, coming in at number 4. I have it. Number 4, people. Opening it up. Opening it up. Wow. It is. I don't know if you can see it. Nicholas is drafting at 4. He dropped all the way to 4. Ooh. Nicholas is drafting at 4.
He had the worst record last year.
And he is now picking
just so everyone knows, he was the worst, and he now is 1 pick in front of me.
Yep. So with that being said, we're gonna shake this back up. Coming in at number 3. So John actually is in the chat saying tank for Trevor over here. We're gonna
let's see. John does need a quarterback, and we're gonna talk about that later.
We're gonna go over each team and what they need. So here we go. Oh, tanking for Trevor did not happen. John coming in at 3. John coming in at 3.
At 3.
Yup.
Dang. John was the team that was the closest to make it into the playoffs, but didn't. He would have been the 4th pick if we went by just rankings. So he gets to move up a little bit, I guess. But still, when you're in the lottery, you want one of those top 2 picks.
Yeah. Here we go. Coming in at number 2.
This is big.
2.
You don't want your name being called right here.
You don't want your name at 2. Okay, I don't think there's any movement. Sherman Paul, Team Sherman, SP3, Team SP3. All right,
he was supposed to also be the 2nd pick.
Yeah, so there was nothing different there. So with that being said, Basir Edmonds.
Does he go Devontae Smith?
I don't know.
He's an Eagles fan.
B gets the first pick in the draft.
Wow.
He moves up 2 slots. Sherm stays where he is at. John moves up a slot. And the biggest drop of the day was Nicholas, 1 to 4.
Sheesh.
1 to 4. So this is, like I said, the order in which it's going to happen. Starting from 10 going to 1. We have Elite by Design with Elijah and Dalton. I don't know who Dalton is, but he's there. Myself at 9. The Warner Robins Spanish. Just Spanish. Yep, you heard that right. Just Spanish. Mr. White coming in at 8. 7. Papi Los. Carlos Hernandez. Los, as we call him. Number 6. LeBron is the GOAT. Mr. Chris Angulo. And coming in at 5, you got Gig'em Durs, Joseph Brummer, and like we just said, Nick, John, Sherm, and B rounding out the top 4. Go to the comments. Oh, he's still saying tank for Trevor. He's still saying tank for Trevor. Okay, with that being said, let me share my screen once again. We're going to do a quick little overview of our league. We're going to break everything down the way that we would normally. So there's my screen. We're going to start at the bottom. You know what? Let's start with the number 1 overall pick, shall we? The Philadelphia Toe Tigers here. Mr. Basir Edmonds himself.
See it. Let's kind of do like a little mock draft, you know? We'll kind of see who we want. If we were drafting their team, who we think they need, and, you know, who would be available if we went by our board.
Yeah, so here we go. My boy here is rocking a pair of good running backs, a pair of good wide receivers. I think he definitely benefited right there with that Calvin Ridley pick because
big pick last year.
Yeah, he's slated.
Got him at a discount.
Yeah,
in fact, B, if you're watching, I would like to trade for Calvin Ridley. You can have any of my Eagles players. I have a lot.
And with that being said, he's got Evan Ingram, kind of overhyped in my opinion, and Carson Wentz. What do you think he's going to do this year?
Carson?
Yeah, Carson.
I mean, you could basically slot him in for the exact same amount of stats as Phillip Rivers, give or take maybe a little less than what Phillip did. But, I mean, I think Indy is just finding another rental until they find their QB.
Yeah, it's about right, yeah. Deebo Samuel could be a solid pick if he can stay on the field. needs a kicker. Needs to drop Darius Geis. That's a fact. Seems to me like the bench is where it's lacking here.
Yeah, he needs depth for sure. I think he's got his core of running backs, wide receivers, tight end. He kind of has a decent 1-2 punch. It's tough in a dynasty league to get solid. Dallas Goddard is decent for a backup tight end in a dynasty league. I mean, we're talking backup here, right?
Yeah, you don't. There's not, and he's got.
I mean,
I just missed over the
when we get to my team, we'll talk about tight ends that are not supposed to be started that are started. So, I honestly think him having the first
Austin
pick.
Hooper. That's not terrible.
Yeah, but it's not who you want. Like, it's not like, oh, look who I got. I got a great tight end. No, you want to be like Kelsey, Kittle, whatever. But what I was gonna say is, honestly, if I was him, John, I know you're tanking for Trevor, but like, I would pick a QB with his pick. Just looking at who he has as quarterback, he has Carson Wentz, who you never know after this year, he could be gone. Jimmy, is he even going to be the starter? I mean, from moving on from there, like, I think
we don't even know if it's going to be him or Jay. If I'm John, we'll break it down. But if I'm John,
right?
I
But
would be
what I'm
to
saying is this:
him a lot for that first pick if he really. I'm
saying, you either go with Trevor if you believe that Trevor is the best quarterback, or you maybe could have the argument of going with Trey Lance, knowing that you have Jimmy G, and in the starting position is kind of locked up. Now, I probably would go with Trevor if you are going quarterback, but even just in general, having the first pick, you're going to get best wide receiver, best tight end, best running back, or best quarterback of your pick. So it's going to help B out a lot.
I just don't think if he goes wide receiver or running back, he's just looking for depth at this point.
Which he needs.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, you got CeeDee Lamb, right? You have Robbie Anderson. Christian Kirk's always a toss-up, so you never know with him. But, like, I think that you're okay in terms of depth at wide receiver. You have a couple of change-outs. You maybe find somebody at the back end of the draft that can kind of fill out that depth. Maybe a...
So then running back.
So I definitely think, running back could be a thing. But, I mean, are you really going to use the number 1 overall pick on... This is a snake draft too, by the way. Just letting y'all know, this is a snake draft, so he won't have another pick until the 20th pick. So you're telling me go running back and then go quarterback at that? Like, nah, man. There's just no way. Because at that time,
that is true. He does need a quarterback, and if he doesn't get a quarterback with that pick, you're not really looking too hot with a quarterback later or off the waiver. Or you can trade me. I have your Eagles starting quarterback.
I'm dead.
Maybe for not too long.
Yeah, John said that Sam is taking over Carson's job and he wants Kelvin Benjamin at tight end. I look-y would probably at least try. Oh, wrong button, I guess. But no, all right. So that would be B. That's B. That's our professional.
I'm locking in Trevor Lawrence as the pick.
I'm locking definitely Trevor Lawrence as the pick. There's no way. There's no way. Coming in at 2, we got Team SB3 or Sherman Paul. Let's go ahead and come down here.
Let's see who he got.
Great team. Needs wide receivers. Needs wide receivers. Holy cow. Wait a minute.
And running backs. And actually really needs running backs.
Okay.
Actually,
just one
really
running back.
needs running backs.
Yeah. Because look, you come down here, Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson.
Those are your starters,
Cooks
actually.
is the only thing now. Cooks is the only thing in Houston now. Jerry Jeudy, solid. John Brown, depending on where where did he go? I know where he went. LA?
He went to... No, he did not go to... Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. I'll figure it out. I'm just going to look it up.
Okay. And so you went after that. You go Curtis Samuel, who could be a thing. Yeah. That's about it. I think Raiders.
That's right.
That could work for him. That could.
But no, 100% it's running backs. I mean, yes, you have Aaron Jones. Great, you have his starting running back. that is really good. But Todd Gurley, he's really not in the NFL.
He's not even, I was about to say, he's a freaking free agent.
Yeah.
Darrell Henderson, back
and
up.
the rest of his guys are not it. So
back up. Terrible.
If you're looking, I mean, okay, if Trevor Lawrence is there, and let's say you or another guy that you have your eye on, if you're looking at the quarterbacks, I see that you have old guys, and Aaron Rodgers, is he going to hold out? Ben Roethlisberger, is he going to be old? Daniel Jones, is he going to be the starter? Like, if you're looking for that angle, yes, but when you have the number 2 overall pick, I think if Najee Harris is there, he should go Najee Harris. I would love for him to fall to me. He's not going to fall to me, so I can just say that right out of the gate.
Here's the thing.
I would pick him.
Najee Harris could actually fall that far. I think he trades his pick.
He's not going to fall to me.
I definitely think he needs to trade this pick. 100%. Definitely think so. Because this right here, everything is screaming good team, but that second running back spot. You trade your first round pick for a solid running back and a second round pick, or maybe even a second and a third round pick, because, I mean, it's the number 2 overall pick. So think about that. But I say you try to trade this pick for a running back, and then let somebody else choose one of the big 5. You know what I mean? Najee is considered, I think, the 5th one, but like I'm talking like whenever I say big 5, I mean one of the 3 receivers. I would say one of the 3 receivers, Trevor Lawrence, and then you're probably looking at either the 5's a toss-up because you can go Kyle Pitts, you can go Justin Fields, you can go Najee Harris, you can go any of the other running backs that were selected. I mean, it's really just a toss-up. At 5, it's all about who wants what. That's my opinion.
I don't know. If I was him, I would go Najee with the pick, just because it's a young, good running back. If you want to trade it, it all depends on the offers. But I just don't also see him getting on a text thread to make a trade. So I think he's going to go with the running back. Slight maybe of a quarterback, but I don't think so with Aaron Rodgers.
All I got to say is everybody needs that, that extra bye week. And some of these guys right here, they just love to make it to where they're just an extra bye week.
Yep. Which
I'm even thinking, what would be like really freaking crazy to do? So we add an expansion and make it like 11 or 12, right? And we work out an expansion draft. That would be crazy to do. But I mean, would it be fun? Yes. Would it be ideal? No, definitely not. But anyway, moving on. T. Merriman, aka John Merriman, he's in the chat.
For Trevor.
Tank for Trevor himself over here. He's gonna have to do a little work if he wants Trevor. Let's see what we got over here. Jumping out the gate immediately, I'm saying receiver. Yeah. Drew?
Quarterback. Also, there's a reason. Drew Brees is retired. Drew Lock. Oh, I see Drew Brees on there.
Yeah, no. Well, like, this is the 2020 calendar.
So okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
So therefore,
anyways,
he's already dropped like 4 people. But let me just say this: if anybody is watching, I'm gonna put a video in our group chat. But John, just do not pick up anybody. Do not pick up not one soul. You can drop as many people as you want. You can drop 5 players. Period. That's it. Because here's what's happening here. This is basically a keeper draft, and the only way that this works is that everybody has 20 keepers. That's the only way this works, is if everyone has 20 keepers, and I've got an odd feeling somebody's going to mess that up. And it's going to get to the point to where...
You can't have more keepers, though. Like, it doesn't allow you to.
Yeah, it doesn't... No. What I'm saying is I think that somebody's not going to have all their keepers made, and then we're going to have to sit through... I mean, they're going to be the only ones drafting. You know what I mean? But then again, they're gonna have free reign to draft whoever they want, and then you're gonna have to regulate that to make sure that they pick their same team. But at the same time, it's like I'm not gonna know who's on their team. You know what I mean? So I just need everybody to be on the same page. This is really important. So if anybody is in any way listening, which I doubt y'all are because nobody else seems to put more like interest in this league other than Drew, myself, and maybe sometimes John. But it's very, very important that we make sure that we try our hardest to make sure that everybody has their keeper set and that everybody has 20 keepers, period. They have to. I don't care if your team is complete garbage. You have to have 20 keepers. Have to. Anyway, now that rant is over with. Yes, I agree with you, Drew. Keep going.
Yeah, I was saying definitely having a top 3 pick, you can go with a very good quarterback class and get somebody, because when you're looking at only having Drew Lock and Matt Ryan, the future is not really bright in that range. But also having a top 3 pick, going with either a running back or a wide receiver is always a good decision with a rookie draft. I mean, the possibility of having either Najee or Etienne up there is great. You can go with one of the top 3 wide receivers, however you kind of want that to play out. I'm trying to look at his receivers.
My fault. Yeah.
I don't really – no, I'm actually on it on my computer, so I can see it too. There's not really any pairings that I see that would say you shouldn't draft this person, you should draft this person. So he's really got free range to go anywhere he wants. The only pick is that he's not going to make is Kyle Pitts. I don't think so because he's got Kelsey. So not that it would be a waste of a pick, but I doubt that you would. If I had a top 3 pick and I had Kelsey, I would not be taking Pitts at all. It's just too much of a gamble for a already amazing tight end that you're never going to start Pitts over anyone else.
By a margin, let's just add that.
Yeah.
I mean, Darren Waller's good, but like Kelsey in fantasy is just stupid. Like he's been tight end 1, TE1, like by a very, very big margin for like the last 3 years. I think Waller kind of narrowed the gap 2 years ago, but like last year Waller did good, but Kelsey just was freaking phenomenal. Waller really had like 2 or 3 outstanding games, and then the rest were good. Kelsey had like 8 outstanding games, and the other ones were great. So it was just, yeah, I agree with you. But another thing, not on that team anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see, down here. Oh, he may get a nice little bump from Jonnu too, because you think about that, they run a lot of 2 tight end sets. The
New England now.
The Patriots do, yes. But I believe he dropped Dion, he dropped Peyton Barber, and he dropped Drew Brees, and I think there was one other one.
Well, currently he has 3 empty bench slots, so.
Yeah, so with that said,
I think right there,
yeah,
if I had to make a pick, it would be running back. Running back is kind of like the way to go to build. Like wide receivers break out later, running backs kind of break out earlier, and they have a shorter shelf life. Zeke, maybe he's got a year or 2 that's great left. Maybe he's got 0. You never know. Kenyon Drake, he's not on Arizona anymore. He's going to be basically the backup to Jacobs. Singletary, like even the wide receivers, he needs help too.
He was the biggest winner of Buffalo not drafting a running back, I guess.
That is true. That is true. But I just think he needs help overall, and quarterback, running back, I think in that order. If Trevor's not there, then go running back, and then wide receiver second, or third. But yeah.
Here's my hot take. Phillip Lindsay needs to go to Buffalo.
Just put all the part-time running backs on the same team.
Well, Phillip Lindsay showed out in his 1 year as the primary running back. You know what I mean? I had him his rookie year, and he was freaking phenomenal. And I hated that the Broncos did him dirty. The Broncos did him so dirty. Anyway.
Teams just don't want to give playing time to undrafted free agents, or honestly anyone drafted outside of the 5th round.
Like, I don't understand it. He had over 1,000 yards. You know what I mean? Anyway, coming in at 4, we got Mr.
White,
Mr. Nicholas White himself. Let's see here. All right, out the gate. What are we thinking here? Good on quarterback.
Yeah.
Good on wide receiver. Kind of what it looks like. Yeah.
Honestly, he needs a lot of depth. He needs a lot of depth. Is just the basic. I mean, that's why they're at the lottery, right? I think, when you're at this pick, you're getting depth. You're getting a running back or a wide receiver. I think running back is the biggest need. Raheem Mostert, he's great, but he's on a timeshare with everyone in San Francisco, whatever. Giovanni Bernard, Leonard Fournette, Le'Veon Bell, James Conner's on a new team. You need running back 100%. I think that's just the pick right there. You could look at, other ideas, but even if Najee and Travis Etienne is there, like a Javonte Williams is still a good pick. Like I think for Nick, if I were to predict, it could be that, but he could also go wide receiver. He could pick a quarterback.
I'd trade down. I'd still stay in the first because you need depth, but I would trade down. You can get Javonte at the end of the first, is what you're saying. I wouldn't draft Javonte.
I don't think Javonte. I don't know. You never know how our draft will
I think Javonte slips. I think Javonte slips because he wasn't a big name. Nobody knows Javonte. I think a sneaky play is going to be Michael Carter. Sneaky play.
Yeah, I mean the problem is the Jets, but
exactly. Well, we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Sneaky,
it's a sneaky one because you're gonna get him in the second, third round, one of the two, depending on who goes where. But yeah, I think this one's pretty simple. I think you go running back 100%. But I think he needs to trade down. Leonard Fournette and freaking Giovanni Bernard are the same team now. Le'Veon's trash. James Conner could be good, but he's always injury prone. DJ Dallas, third on the pecking order. Zach Moss and Malcolm Brown, those are two to watch, though. Because Malcolm Brown could come out and low-key ball out with the Dolphins, and Zach Moss could come out and do the same for Buffalo, but you just don't know. He's got good youth, though, I think. So I think he's definitely set up for great. What in the world? Okay. I think he's set up for greatness. All right, start again with you. Let's go with you here.
Let's go.
Her.
Let's just look at this masterpiece of a team. Keeper's already selected. I mean, this is just beautiful.
Oh, it does show. Wow. I'm so disappointed that our first top 4 picks haven't even set keepers yet. That's awesome.
I don't think anyone has, actually. I've been looking.
I need to get on.
We'll get on it. Anyways, I'm going to let you say what you think I will do because I have my own strategy and plans that I've decided. But try to take me into my mind. I don't know how that works, but explain to me.
Kyle Pitts to fall to you. You need Kyle Pitts.
Yes.
Period in the story. Like, that's what it all rotates around. And if it doesn't, I don't even know what the hell you're going to do, honestly, because you have running backs. You have wide receivers, which I low-key still want Devontae Parker from you just because I don't know what he's going to do. And just in case he blows up, because he actually has other weapons that are going to take double teams off of him, I don't know. We'll see. But he's just the biggest toss-up. You don't need any depth. Like, you were just an injury. Look at all these Qs. Damian, Joe, Rager, Dak, Chark, Mixon, Barkley, all questionable. Mari Cooper, questionable. And these are all just season-ending injuries. Like,
preach to the choir.
You were bit by the bug, and you very much are going to benefit from it. You should very much have a top 2, top 3 team next year. So,
this is the 49ers getting a top pick because they're all hurt, and then using that on their one weakness, which them is the quarterback, me is the tight end, to hopefully springboard into something good.
And, if you do get a tight end before the draft, I say definitely that best available at that point.
Yeah,
best
for me,
wide receiver available, in my opinion. I think
wide
running
receiver.
back is very solid. Just take the wide receiver. You can always package some of these. You can package DJ Chark with a Marquise Brown or a Rager, and you can maybe get some more draft capital, maybe for the future, or maybe just for just like I said, you can go DJ Chark, Marquise Brown, and probably a pick, and you could probably get somebody that's a wide receiver 2. Chark and Marquise are definitely bottom tier wide receiver 2s, but they're still wide receiver 2s, but they have high upside, and that's what I would look at. I wouldn't be looking at their person like they're right now, which is what everybody does. But yeah, I'd just say best wide receiver available if Pitts doesn't fall to you.
Yeah, that's exactly how I've been looking at it. I think my running backs are better than my wide receivers. Definitely don't need a quarterback. In fact, I can't take a quarterback. I have 4. You're not allowed to take a 5th. And so it's going to be wide receiver or if Pitts falls. So anyone watching, please don't take Pitts or I'll be upset at you.
LeBron is the GOAT. Let's look at young Christopher's team. Ooh, right out the gate, looking solid. Running back. No? Running back depth. There we go. Running back depth. That's what you need. And quarterback. Quarterback. That's what you need. Quarterback. Because Russell Wilson's not happy, and you need quarterback depth. Period. Quarterback or best available running back, because Christian McCaffrey and Nick Chubb can't carry the entire load. True.
I mean, yeah, they're great starters, and that's what you want, when you're trying to make a push for the playoffs. But when we're talking about, 17 game schedule now with the NFL, Christian McCaffrey got hurt, could be Nick Chubb, whatever. You're going to have bye weeks. You're going to have to plug someone in. And I honestly think the wide receivers are a little more stacked, right? You got Cortland Sutton could do something, Fuller, Thielen, Diggs, Gallup, Pittman Jr. even could come out. But when you're looking at depth and you're looking at, you have Tua, which is great as a backup to Russell. I think what you would do is if you could get your top pick after Trevor Lawrence, then you get to choose who you want. If let's say like Lance goes and that's your guy or something, then just wait for the second round to get a quarterback and take, Mac Jones or take Field. I guess Fields might go probably ahead. Even Zach Wilson or something, but probably
Zach Wilson,
running back.
In my opinion, Zach Wilson's going to be the one to fall with Mac Jones. I don't think Lance or I think if I'm guessing, if I'm getting in these guys' brains, I'm saying that Fields and Lawrence are the first 2 to go. I say Lance is third.
Yeah. I honestly could see Wilson be that 5th quarterback taken just because you're like, thinking about it. The Jets, BYU quarterback, or do I want this Alabama, chunky kid just like a Tom Brady who goes to New England? Like, when you're taking a shot late, maybe.
Who knows? Moving on to Carlos.
Los
Hernandez. All right. Oh, running back, period. Running back. Running back. You better hope that Javonte
even
Williams
everything
falls to you.
not tight end.
Nothing against Los. His tight ends are good. Well, Gesicki's good.
George Kittle.
Wait, where's George Kittle? Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah, you don't need a tight end.
No.
No, not really.
No one's taking it. It's Pitts or no one's taking a tight end. Like, let's just be honest. I don't even know who the second best tight end in the draft is.
It was the guy
but no one's
that the
gonna take
Dolphins. It was the Boston College kid that the Dolphins drafted, but he's not going to take away from Gesicki. Yeah,
anyways, running back 100%.
Running back 100%. That's what I said.
And
immediately right off rip.
Actually,
and
hold
then
up.
After that second round, you go for like Elijah Moore.
Wait, he does have Antonio Gibson on the bench. Antonio Gibson's on the bench. I did see that, but I would still go. Wide receiver. We're also getting to the point where you can't really predict the draft, and best available is okay. Like at the end of the day, I would rather pick a player that is going to do better than pick a player that is your positional need. And quarterback also could be a positional need for him. So when you're talking running back, quarterback, maybe even a wide receiver, if you could get a big 3, it might be best available. Only reason I say quarterback is because you don't know Deshaun's future in any scenario of that word future. Teddy Bridgewater, probably the backup. So who is going to start for you week 1?
Oh, so
this might be the most bare quarterback room.
Okay, so John said that. Sorry, I haven't been checking the what's it called, but John said that his keepers are set and that he's taking picks to use as taking picks to use as a flex. That's actually would be wild. That'd be so wild. And he also says Elijah wants Pitts for Team Merriman. So we will see how that goes. We shall see. I
will talk to you, John, about trading because I want Pitts. And so if that is something, you can text me and we can figure something out. But if not, I'm staying where I am.
Look. Los, take Zach Wilson. Take Zach Wilson. Please take Zach Wilson. You have no idea if Deshaun's even going to be playing. Teddy Bridgewater's now a backup. You need an immediate starter. Take Zach Wilson.
Or take Justin Fields right in front of Austin.
I mean, I don't care. I don't need a quarterback. I'm perfectly fine with not getting a quarterback. We're coming up to me here pretty soon, so you'll be able to. Gosh, dog, why is my what's it called? We'll go back.
Let's do opposing teams.
I could. That'd be too easy.
It's Mr. White up.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get back to the standings. All right, here we go. Breaking it down, mate. Just checking over here. Okay, nope. All right. Let's see here.
No quarterback.
You don't need a quarterback. That's a fact. He made sure he did that.
So this is a running back or a wide receiver pick. We're getting to the best available position, and I think you go running back 100%.
Yeah, 100% go running back. Chris Carson, DeAndre Swift's going to be decent, but he's on the Lions, so.
But also after that, it's like, okay, Gaskin.
Got the gas man himself. Yes, sir, Miles Gaskin, baby. Let's get it. Woo!
Right. He might be the guy. James White is, just a fill-in. But even just at that, like when you just look at his team, running backs is not something that pops out. Like you're not seeing a Derrick Henry, not seeing a Saquon, a Christian McCaffrey, or whatever. Right? You're seeing bottom edge players. Whereas when you look at wide receivers, you're seeing Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson. Like, those will be there forever.
Mm-hmm. And backing him up, we got Brandon Ayuk, great player.
Right.
T. Higgins, great player. Corey Davis is a decent fill-in. Antonio Brown, a decent fill-in. So it's like you don't need a wide receiver. Don't go wide receiver.
100%.
You don't need quarterback. Don't go quarterback. So what is there left? Running back.
And even to that,
you don't need tight end.
Like it's not like he's going to go 3 running back picks in the rookie draft. Mm-hmm. Third round you can pick a wide receiver. Second round you can pick a wide receiver. Someone's there that you like.
You can probably you probably can't. I'm not even going to say that there's going to be a running back that's really worth picking after the second round. I don't think there will be.
Probably not.
All right, let's go back. Let's go back.
Go to my team.
So, Drew.
It's in the top left corner. My team.
Oh, my fault.
There you go.
Whatever, Drew.
Now press trade.
Shut up.
Gig'em Durs.
Shut up. Yeah, look, I lost for the freaking third time this season to Elijah in the freaking finals. Thanks, Elijah. I hate you so much. Deep down. By the way, Elijah, I'm so sorry, man. I'm such a terrible friend. Happy late birthday, and I'm so glad you graduated. Kudos to you. You're freaking amazing. Just know that I feel bad for missing your birthday. Anyway, if you're still watching. If you're not watching, then no. Nobody's watching. So it doesn't matter. But I put that out into the world. All right. Go ahead, Drew. I broke down your team. You can break down mine.
Of course. It's all right. Probably one of the worser of the teams. You need help everywhere, basically. No, I'm just kidding. You have a great team. You have a lot of great young players, which is what you want in fantasy, right? You're wanting Kyler Murray, right? A young quarterback that is still a top 5 quarterback in fantasy in redraft, but you have him in Dynasty. So, you got all of those guys. You're going depth. Pitts is not making it to you, even though you would love to get, a better upgrade at a tight end. You don't have a top tier guy, but that's not happening. So now we're just going to what are your needs and best available. If you're looking at it, I mean, it's kind of split in the middle, honestly. Like, you got your ones with Kamara and Metcalf. You got your kind of twos with Woods and maybe an Akers and Josh Jacobs or Galladay. You got your fill-ins of Kareem Hunt, Mike Davis. Juju is also kind of that fill-in.
I want to add real quick that Mike Davis is now a keeper. Alexander Madison is not. He will be available.
Yeah. I would assume so. In fact, I was even going to go ask you if I could trade for Mike Davis.
No.
It's kind of a shot in the dark because you never know if they're going to sign anyone. Anyways, I honestly, when you're this far back in the draft at 9, you don't know if you can get a top 3 wide receiver. The guys we're talking about, Waddle, Smith, and Chase. Obviously, you take them. If you could get a Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams, you take one of those 3. I don't know if you would want to go with a quarterback unless that you feel like Lance or Fields is the guy and that's who you want, because you will be back up on the clock for after 2 picks. Although honestly, looking at Elijah's team, don't know if he's going to go with the quarterback because he's got Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Ryan Tannehill. I mean, maybe he needs a long-term quarterback, but Josh Allen's young. Anyways.
I was about to say, yeah.
So I would just go with the best pick available. And that just goes to what you want, which is a great kind of spot that you're in to where you're not locked in. You just take what's fallen to you. I have a feeling that you're going to want to get Waddle because it is the Dolphins, but that's just you. And yeah,
that is who I want. Now,
right.
That's not because of the Dolphins. That's just because he's getting put into a great position to where he has weapons around him, and he's not going to be the focus. So Devontae Smith, focal point. Jamar Chase, more of a focal point, but not really because you still got T. Higgins. Tyler Boyd, in my opinion, not competition. He's better than Tyler Boyd already. But I just think that Jalen Waddle has Will Fuller and Devontae Parker on the outside. He's going to be free. He's going to have free reign to do whatever he wants. Mike Gesicki rolls out to slot as well. So, did you know that Mike Gesicki actually played? I think it was the 3rd most slot snaps of any tight end. That was only behind Darren Waller and Travis Kelce. But anyway, yeah, you're right. I want Waddle, but it's not because I'm just a Dolphins fan. It's
if I were to have to choose between running backs or wide receivers, man, that's actually tough because I was about to say wide receivers, and then
wide receiver, yeah. That's my plan. That's my hope and dream.
Yeah, when you're kind of back in that spot at 9, you're not getting a top tier running back, and you're kind of taking shots at like either the UNC running backs or some other people. You probably go wide receiver. It's a little more guaranteed than running back maybe on the 2nd round. But anyways, I think they're both 1A, 1B.
So here's my my backup plan. Obviously, I want Waddle and some other, like if people fall, then obviously that I would go with them. Like you said, best available. But if not, I'm 100% okay with selecting Kadarius Toney and letting him develop. I have Kenny Galladay. I have DK Metcalf. I have Robert Woods. I have more than enough people. I have more. Yeah, Laviska Shenault is going to be thrown into the slot this year at starter. Juju Smith-Schuster. I have people that are produce now players. I could go Kadarius Toney. I could go Elijah Moore. I could go Rashad Bateman. Or the kid from freaking Western Michigan. What's his name? Dwayne Eskridge. Even though I'm not going to go him in the first round. I'm just saying I could go him. And he could be... any one of those players can be my Allen Lazard. I'm just waiting to see if Allen Lazard is going to be something. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm... That's
fair.
That's my ideology. But if a good running back falls to me, you can bet your top dollar I'm getting him. Just saying. I'm saying like a Najee, or... I'm staying as far away as possible from Travis Etienne. Honestly, as far away as possible.
Really? I feel like if he fell that far, I would take him.
No, I don't want him. I really don't. If Elijah wants him, he can have him. But
I think it would be a good pick because you're getting a running back that is basically going to be a wide receiver. Like, to be able to put a wide receiver into your running back slot is pretty good. Nice.
I'm good. I don't want it. I don't want the gadget player. You know what I mean? I don't want that. I understand it's nice, but it's like that gadget player 99% of the time. Laviska Shenault last year, Lynn Bowden Jr. last year. Like, they barely see the field. But in Laviska's, he saw the field a lot more. But those gadget players barely see the field, and I don't like that. Tariq Cohen, once again, he barely sees the field, and he barely gets targeted even if he does go outside. So it's like,
yeah, but when so I'm going to kind of call you out on something. You were saying don't look at the past. We should be looking at the future. This is Dynasty. In the Jaguars scenario, they have a different coach and everything. The other idea is that all the players that you were saying are players that were not drafted with the first round pick. And the Jaguars selected Trevor, who's going to be their future, and then their next first pick to pair with anything of the future of the rebuild, they choose ETN, right? Obviously, they wanted Najee Harris, but they picked ETN, and like it just shows that they are wanting to get more involved in a gadget player. Like they're wanting to give him the ball. It's like saying Christian McCaffrey. He's a gadget player, but he gets the touches everywhere. You know what I mean? It's the workhorse part. Tariq Cohen was a backup. Laviska Shenault was a rookie that was a late round pick with a bad quarterback where they had the worst record. You know what I mean? Like it's a different mindset in Dynasty moving forward in picking a gadget player like a James White where it's already been established and nothing's changed.
Yeah, I guess. All right, moving on. Elijah is in the chat, and he said, he replied, but
hi, Elijah.
How do we let Elijah get this team? Like, what in the hell happened here? Okay, first off, James Robinson, great ad. He got him before everybody, so that's kudos to him. Another one was Logan Thomas, tight end 3 on the year. Another great ad by him. The bottom 5 here probably aren't going to be on his team. So we're kind of looking at the top. If it's me, I'd go wide receiver depth. Because you have DeAndre and AJ. Yes, that's great. I freaking want AJ Brown so much, but I'm not expecting the champion to be trading away picks or trading away anybody. So I'm not expecting it. But Terry McLaurin, so underrated. So underrated. But Deontay Johnson, so underrated. Darius Slayton, he's kind of like interesting.
I actually would say running back. I disagree, but continue.
I don't think. I mean, you got Dalvin. Austin, James. A fill-in with very minimal, high upside, low ceiling, low floor. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'd plug him in confidently, saying like, if James Robinson got injured, right, I could feel decent with myself putting Clyde Edwards in there. You know what I mean? I wouldn't reach and try to get a running back. I understand outside of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you don't have one. Jordan Howard, not on the team anymore. Anthony McFarland, he got, owed, for lack of a better word. And so did A.J. Dillon. Both of them in the draft because Najee and they signed back Aaron Jones. But if they would have signed Aaron Jones, this man, freaking Elijah, again, would have played Houdini and gotten a great pick with A.J. Dillon. I'm just saying. He played the waiver wire very well. And that's what won him the championship. I mean, you got the.
I'm pretty sure he drafted A.J. Dillon.
He could have. He could have. I'm not too sure. I see the bottom of the what's it called, and I just immediately assume waiver wire. You know what I mean? That's the way mine is. That's the way yours is. That's why I say it.
I just remember I was trying to trade Elijah for A.J. Dillon early last year.
I can see it.
So I think he has him.
If he didn't draft him, if he did draft him, Logan Thomas, tight end 3, great draft pick, late. If he didn't, picked him up off the waiver wire, you probably got the best bargain because nobody expected that. And same goes for James Robinson. Best bargain. Elijah was the winner of the waiver wire last year if he picked up all these people that I'm saying he picked up. Go ahead, Drew. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Dillon was drafted. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just read that comment. Dillon was drafted. But yeah, he definitely won the waiver wire 100%. I'm assuming that the other people that I said were pickups if he hasn't said that they were drafted yet. But yes.
Yeah, Logan Thomas was picked up. Who was another one?
James Robinson had to have been a pickup. Nobody drafted
James Robinson was a pickup because I remember I tried to go pick him up and he picked him up like before I could get him or something like that.
Same.
There was a lot of players that because I think I remember Elijah was at one side of the draft and I was at the other. I was at the front and I think he was at the back.
Yeah.
And I was just so upset that like all of this value was falling to him that I couldn't pick because it was within 20 picks away from me, so I knew it was going to come back. And he kind of sniped all the good value on that side.
All the good value.
And
it
was just insane. So
Noah, Ryan Tannehill, Ryan Tannehill, Terry McLaurin probably. I don't know where he went, but I wasn't wanting him at that time, and I probably should have been. But and then I know damn well you got great value here because I know you didn't get these 3 guys right here, Austin Eckler, DeAndre Hopkins, and A.J. Brown. I know for a fact they just had to have fallen to you because, you got
A.J. Brown fell to him in the 6th round.
Exactly my point. DeAndre Hopkins was probably a 2nd-round pick, or no, he went Dalvin Cook. So DeAndre Hopkins was a 2nd-round pick. My point exactly. Austin Eckler was probably his third
it was
pick.
a little like he was moving to Arizona and people were like wondering about his career, wondering about Kyler Murray. Like it wasn't all like sunshines for him at the time that we drafted.
I guess so. You're probably right. That was over or close to a year now ago. So.
But what I was upset was him getting Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the 4th because I had the 2nd overall pick. So I went boom and then 2-3. And there was just great players at that spot that I wasn't going to pass up. And then he didn't make it all the way back to me at the 5th and he grabbed him and I was upset.
Yeah,
he's got a great team and I think honestly, because he's got back-to-back picks, he'll go 1 wide receiver, 1 running back. Maybe he'll get a quarterback. I just don't see him doing that unless something crazy falls to him.
There's no reason. Why have – I get it. You could then trade any one of those quarterbacks and get some solid compensation. But I don't know. I just don't think he does that. Why?
Yeah, I don't think he does.
Yeah, I'd put somebody on the back burner for whenever DeAndre Hopkins retires, and that's the only person that. Or when Austin Eckler's out of the league, Dalvin Cook's injured his way out of the league as well. I mean, just get somebody to back up these freaking superstars that you have freaking built. You know, and I sit here and say that, like, he has a super stacked team. But, I mean, if you look at it, you have a stacked team. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I have a pretty stacked team. I mean, there's other stacked teams. I'm not going to lie. I thought Nick's team was very, like, just, it was, and John. I think John was the same way. Wait, hold on. No, it wasn't Nick. Nick's got a good team if we were back 3 seasons ago.
I thought Nick, I'll be honest, if he's listening, I'm sorry, but I thought he had a bad team when he drafted. Not because he had bad players, but because of Dynasty. To kind of, you know, if anyone is listening or whatever, like, okay, he got Lamar Jackson with, like, I don't know, it was like the 3rd or 4th overall pick, right? Okay, if you think Lamar's going to be the GOAT forever, great, but even that was kind of dumb. He goes Julio, right? He gets players like Leonard Fournette and Le'Veon Bell and James Conner, although actually I traded him James Conner. Keenan Allen, okay, he's a good player here and there. You didn't know about Justin Herbert at the time. But even to that, it's like Julio, Lamar, Keenan Allen. Like, these are like young studs that are going to be great moving forward. Leonard Fournette, James Conner, whatever. Like, they're not really young guys that you feel like are going to have on your team for a while. And that's why I didn't, like, buy into Nick's team.
It's what's it called? It's Chris's team that I was saying was stacked. I mean, you got Russ, Nick, Christian McCaffrey, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs. I mean, Michael Gallup's good. Will Fuller is going to be good this year, more than likely. Cortland Sutton. You have Hunter Henry backing up Rob Gronkowski. So you have 2 solid tight ends there. Sure, you know, I say solid, but, I mean, if they're catching balls, they're solid, period, in this league. Cortland Sutton, he's a good player. Michael Pittman Jr. is a good young wide receiver. So it's just like, if Chris would just pay attention more, he could have done a lot better than 6th. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
But I mean, he went 7-5. I guess they just flopped in the playoffs. But with that being said, that concludes everything that we got going on today. Any closing statements?
No, I'm excited to see not only what happens on Saturday with our draft, but if there's any picks or trades or anything crazy that happens up until Saturday, because now the draft is set for sure. Now people know if they're in the lottery that they have the 1st overall pick or the 4th. So they could trade out of that. It's a lot more clear. So I'm interested to see if anything happens, and if not, who goes where. And just, it's fun. You know, it's fun to be talking fantasy football here in May.
Yeah, we're going to find out. By the way, a quick update. I just want to say that I knew the Pacers were going to win today. They blew the freaking hell out of the Hornets. 27 points.
I was watching earlier.
The Hornets are all hype. They make highlight reels. That's why they're fan favorites. You know what I mean? The Pacers just are better. The Pacers are better. Period. Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, with that being said, we're going to conclude this episode of the Fundamentally Sound Podcast. And I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate all the love and support throughout the podcast over this almost a year that we've been doing it.
Over a year.
Has it been over a year? Yeah, it has been over a year. Wow, it has been over a year. Insane. Insane in the membrane. And with that being said, I appreciate everybody. You're awesome. Go follow my YouTube channel. AUS10 Austin, you know, get it? Serrata. SERRATA. We actually did have a comment. Oh, never mind. Freaking bot accounts, bro. They're like, you want to be famous? Buy followers and viewers at bigfollows.com. Get the heck out of here, bro.
Not a sponsor.
Look, I'll throw it up. Look, see? Stupid, bro. I hate that. Anyway, all right. Drew, last words? Nothing? No?
Y'all be safe. See you Saturday.
Yeah, see you Saturday. Later, everybody.